Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening. Will
Ma'am,
this, yeah, tell me.
ma'am, where can I see the right answers of EMQ?
Right answers of EMQ. This is for which week?
Ma'am, practice assignment week 6.
Uh, there should be a solution for this, right? In the practice assignment solution should be provided to you, right?
Ma'am, let me check, ma'am, please.
Yeah, can you check?
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening all.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Good evening, ma'am. This is Ashrita.
yes.
Ma'am, what will be the portion for quiz 2, ma'am? Is it till week 9 or week 8, ma'am?
It is still week 8.
Week 8, but the graded assignment deadline is tomorrow for week 9, ma'am.
Yeah, graded assignment deadline is tomorrow for week 9, but for the quiz it is week 1 to 8.
From 4 to 8 or from the first week, ma'am?
From 1st to 8, but from week 1 to 4 the topics would be less.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, in supplementary contents, there is no section like PA solutions.
There
There
is
is
no PA solutions available.
no, ma'am. There is GA solution, but not PA one.
Okay, let me check. I'll get it uploaded if it is not there.
Yeah, ma'am. Because the practice assignment normal one, solutions are visible in that practice assignment only, but the EMQ ones are not visible, like the correct answers or what are the solutions of them.
Okay, so if the other solutions are available, it means the steps you can find out from there, right?
No, ma'am, like the normally practice assignment, the solutions are available when we refresh it or when we check for the right answers. But the EMQ one, we have to submit that in the notepad form now. So we are going to see the right answers or the solutions for that EMQ ones.
Uh, no. What you're saying is that the solutions for practice assignment is not
EMQ,
available on the portal.
yeah, practice assignment EMQ ones.
EMQ ones are not available on the portal.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Let me check. If it is not there, we'll get it uploaded. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, excuse me.
Hmm.
Ma'am, I'm telling that in the statistic, the one that extra activity was given now.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
ma'am, at the extra activity too, I was not able to submit. Means I made it, but when I went to submit, so that time after that is 12:50. Sorry, it was 11:59 and 10 to 15 seconds happened. So I was unable to submit the link of my URL. So, ma'am, I'm telling how much points will get deducted as I was unable to submit the statistics of one extra activity two, but the extra activity one I have submitted.
Okay. So, EMQ is like, not EMQ, extra activities for the bonus marks, and no marks will get deducted, but whatever the criteria is set to give you the bonus mark, if on the basis of that you will get marks. So it is extra marks. Don't worry about it.
So, ma'am, means I have submitted the extra activity one. So, based on that, how much marks I will get on the total marks that I was supposed to get if I have submitted both the activities?
See, I think the total is, total activities
8%.
that you will get is around maybe 4 to 5 activities. So on that basis, you will be awarded the marks, not on just based on one activity. So it's okay if you miss the second one, try to do the other activities.
Okay,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
have got 100 out of 100 in weekly extra activity.
Ah,
Then,
mhm.
then,
Excuse
then
me,
what is
ma'am.
the bonus?
Yes,
Am I audible? Hello?
you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah. Ma'am, Prashant sir is like which session Prashant sir is taking? I thought this was the session is which Prashant sir is taking.
No. So I must be in starts to session.
No, ma'am. It starts two. Professor
Stats.
Usha, ma'am. Like he is the instructor, right?
Yes.
So okay, so like it's for stats to know. He isn't taking any session for stats one right today.
Not today, no.
Okay, because I was actually informed. I actually what happened with me is that I completed that extra activity,
Hmm.
but then and I published it also at the right time. But when I was submitting it, I didn't get the link of that domain, whatever that was. And then when I was submitting it, what happened is I submitted, and then the site got that page refresh, and
Hmm.
then for the next 10 minutes it didn't open, and then unfortunately I was submitting it like in the later part of the on like the deadline, like the 11:30, around 11:40, but still I had half an hour, 20 minutes, so I was like submitting that time. But what happened with me is I since the page refreshed, and then didn't even open for 10 minutes, and due to which I missed the deadline, and wasn't even my fault. So I addressed this to one of the TAs. I think his name is Mr. Abhilash sir, I guess.
Okay.
Abhilash Kumar sir, I guess.
Yeah.
So I addressed this issue to him, and he informed me that he has given my portfolio to Prashant sir,
Hmm.
and he told me that to join the class and to just contact him. That because Prashant sir, Abhilash sir has given my portfolio to Prashant sir, so I just have to inform Prashant sir about the issue which I faced, and then maybe he would consider my portfolio, my activity. Like that's what Abhilash sir told me.
Okay, so I will pass this to Prashant, sir, and we will look into it. Okay.
But ma'am, there is an issue. That's why I want answer right now. That's why also Abhilash sir replied me today. Like he asked me earlier night, and he replied me today in the afternoon, because I think today is the last day of peer submission, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's why I need to get answers now, and if they are allowing me, then Prashant sir is allowing me to submit my activity. If he's considering my activity, then only I will get the peer review like option to review my peers, and then I will get, at least if I review 3 peers, then I will get the all the bonus marks.
See, just doing it for one student right now may not be possible, but let me pass it to Prashant, and we'll see how to take for this.
Because ma'am,
Ma'am,
I
then
did everything I could, and I even like did everything, every single thing which was mentioned, every single point which was mentioned. It wasn't even my fault that site got crashed, and then I was not able to submit it.
We'll definitely look into it. Right, I have already passed this information, so whatever happens, we'll inform you. Maybe if you had already given this to TA, we will have your email ID, right?
And I'm already in contact with Abhilash sir also.
Okay.
So you can, if you have any query, and if you like want to like, so you can ask him also about this issue. Like I explained everything
Sure.
about this to him.
Yeah, sure.
ma'am, excuse me.
Tell.
Ma'am, then can I also submit, because I just got late by 10 to 15 seconds.
No, will not consider
No,
that.
no, bro, guys, this is not. My issue is very that special. I didn't submit it later. I submitted earlier, like 10-20 minutes, and my site got refreshed, and then I was not able to submit. The deadline passed. I didn't submit after the deadline. This is my case. This is
Oh,
my special case. This is not just I submitted after the deadline.
yes, yes. Uh, but ma'am, the thing is, I did the entire not the entire, means I already made the database, and also means created the site and so page for the my extra activity too. Sorry, not yes, extra activity too. But ma'am, means for 10 to 15 seconds I got late and I was unable to submit, because ma'am, from
No,
6 p.m. to 8
can,
p.m. I was, yes,
we
ma'am.
cannot do anything for that. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. Let's start the session for today. So today is week 9 solve with us. Let's start. So before we start with the session, I just had something to tell about EMQ. So EMQ will be coming in your exam. So please prepare for that also. And So the same kind that you have seen in bi-weekly mock, right? So please prepare for that also. I mean, there's nothing to prepare, but I mean, you should be aware that EMQ can also come to your exam. Okay.
Ma'am, right now we submit EMQs as like we create that page from Google, like we go
No,
to
no,
a site, we create.
the way you see in bi-weekly mock, it will come like that.
No, not the questions. I'm talking about the way of submission.
No, no, even the way of submission there was MCQ kind, right?
No, it was like we created this page, I guess, whatever that
Even
is
for
called.
bi-weekly mock, you're saying.
Weekly mock.
Bi-weekly mock. How did you
Oh,
submit?
no, I am talking about the graded assignment for each week,
I'm
actually.
not talking about that. I'm talking
Okay.
about the bi-weekly mock. So if you have not seen it, please do the bi-weekly mock also. So that is also a part of your mock. So you can expect EMQ questions, which
So
will
I'm
come
one.
the MCQ, MSQ format.
Okay.
Ma'am, where by weekly mock?
All right, let's start now.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, just one last thing. As this is a very serious issue for me. If you update Prashant sir about this, if you also pass this info, um, like um, like if when will I get the like reply, like to if whatever the reply is, whatever Prashant sir decides, but like when will I get the reply? Because I need it early, because that's why I'm going to submit the peer reviews. If I get that reply in time, then only I'll be able to submit peer reviews. If I get it like 10, 11, 12 p.m., like then the deadline will also pass for the peer review. So I will not get any bonus marks, even if my activity is considered, my project is considered. I will not get any marks.
We'll let you know how to go about this, because just for one student, it is not possible to start the submission again, right? So there should be some different way to handle this, and we'll let you know by today. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please, as soon as you can,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
ma'am.
I have passed on this information, so please wait.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Peer review deadline is 28.
Okay, just now enough with the MQ and extra activity. Let's focus on the class now. So, all of you, as you're aware that you have to go to joinpd.com and use the code CDMJEB.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, as you said that EMQ questions will be coming for our exam, ma'am, that's for fees too. Like
First
we
two.
will be. Okay, ma'am. That means a number of options will be there, and we have to choose like according to the question, which would be the answer, right?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, this is not pre-attempt qualifier revision session. If you check your calendar, there is one more session. You will see one more session. So please join that. So parallelly, one more session is going on. That is for the attempt qualifier. Please join that session. This is for week 9. Solve with us. Okay. All right. I see 5 students joining. So we can start now. All right. So I will assume that you all know the process, how to submit the answer. You must be familiar with it now. So, all right. So before we go to the question, we have we'll first look at what is the definition, what is a random variable, and on that, what is the difference between a discrete random variable and a continuous random variable, right? So, like when you talk about random variables, it's more like it takes some value it takes some real number and it's a mapping between the function to the real number, right? And we define the random variable as either discrete or continuous. So when do we say a random variable? Let's say I define my random variable to be x. So when do we say this random variable is discrete? When you can point or list down the values that the random variable takes on a real line, or whenever mostly you're interested in knowing the count of something. So such kind comes under the discrete random variable. For example, number of people in a household. So here you are interested in the numbers. So it can be either 0, it can be 1, it can be 2, and so on. So we are able to count, right? So such kind of random variables comes under discrete random variable, right? So also here, how, let's say if I'm saying x is my random variable, how is this random variable defined? It is defined as number of people in a household, right? So this is a random variable. Now the next is a continuous random variable. So the difference between the continuous and the discrete is, like in the continuous random variable, the variable can take any values in an interval. So the continuous random variable is one that has possible values that form an interval along the real number line. And it basically involves measuring something. For example, you want to measure the height of the students, or here as it is mentioned, let's define the random variable x as the amount of t in a class. So such kind of random variable, you cannot write down the explicit values, like you cannot count these, you cannot write that x takes the value 0 or 1 or 2 and so on, right? Am I audible?
Ma'am, your voice is low.
It's low.
Now it is fine, ma'am, but in the middle it gets low.
Okay. No, I also have some issue in my throat, so might come a little low, but okay, I'll try to speak clearly. Okay. All right. So, the continuous and the discrete difference you had already seen earlier, right? So, in discrete setting, you are mostly interested in knowing the count of something, and in the continuous setting, you are interested in measuring something like the height, weight. Like here it's written, let define the random variable x as amount of t in a class, right? So such kind, whenever you encounter something like this, you're mostly interested, yeah, such kind of random variables, you call it as continuous random variable. Now on this, you will have the next question. What happened? Okay. Can you repeat the continuous random variable? Yeah. All right. So now we have the first question for us. So you have number of spelling mistakes in a report time taken by a person to write an exam, and weight of a person. So among these three, which random variable do you think is a discrete random variable? I will set the timer. I think 30 seconds are enough. Okay, in the meet, I see 19 students or 17 students, but here I see only 9 people joining the peer deck. So all of you who have not joined the peer deck, please go to joinpd.com and use the code that you see on the right hand side top corner of the screen, that is CDMJEB. All right, so we already have 7 responses. Let's see the answer. 6 people said 6, 1 person said B. Okay, so from the answers, yes, majority of you have answered option A, and yes, that is right. So in the first option, we are interested in the counting, which is where we are trying to look at the number of spelling mistakes in a report. So yes, it is a discrete random variable. Now in the second question, you are asking about time taken by a person. Let's define the random variable x as time taken by a person to write an exam. So in this case, it is not possible to like give a number, because let's say if somebody had asked tell me number of hours, or tell me the number of days, in this case not number of days, maybe number of hours, maybe in that case you would be able to answer okay 0 1 2, but here nothing is mentioned. How should you measure the time? Here you are interested in measuring the time, right? So again, whenever you're interested in measuring something, it comes under the continuous random variable. Now again, third option is weight of a person. So again, weight of a person is what is something you will measure. So again, it comes under the continuous random variable. Hope this is clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's move to the next one question. All right. So next is probability mass function. So first you looked at what is a random variable. Then we identified, we differentiated between what is a discrete random variable and what is a continuous random variable. So now in this course, not in this course, like for a few weeks, we are going to talk about only the discrete random variable. So now we have the random variable, which is discrete, and now we want to define the probabilities. We want to define some function on that variable, such that it gives us some probability, some value, some value which is between 0 to 1. So what we're saying is, let's say you have a random variable x which is discrete, and it is taking some n distinct values, which is x1, may not necessarily be distinct. Okay, so let's say they are taking n possible values, which is x1, x2 up to so on till xn. And if you have a discrete random variable, you define that function, that probability mass function, as p of xi, which is nothing but probability that your random variable x takes that particular value small xi. Okay, so this is how you define the probability mass function, and it should satisfy few properties. So the first is, these probabilities, these small p xi, should be always greater than 0, and if you sum it over all the values that your random variable takes, it should give you the value 1. Right? So you think about it, like this p is nothing but probability, and your probabilities always lie in the range 0 to 1, right? This you have seen before. So this p of xi are always going to be greater than equal to 0, and since your random variable x takes the value x1, x2 up to xn, So all of these probabilities, when I sum it, like you find p of x1, you find p of x2, and you find all these p of xn. If you sum it all over, you should get 1. So these are the two properties that your PMF should satisfy. So now we look at one question on that. Okay, so you have x to be a discrete random variable, and it is taking the values 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So these three dots you see here, this is nothing but we are saying it is taking the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't know where is it stopping. We're just saying it is taking some discrete values from 0 to infinity. Okay. So now you apply the properties of PMF and check whether this PMF that is defined over here, which is 5 by 6, 1 by 6 to the power x, if this is a PMF or not. I will give you some time because it's not a very straightforward question. I'll give you 3 minutes.
Hello, ma'am. Nikita, ma'am, am I audible to you?
Yes, you're audible to me now. Is there any issue? I am not able to hear you now. Maybe you can write it in the chat if you have any question.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you please provide me the email ID of Prashant, sir?
Not for now. You're Prashant, right? No.
Prashant, no, I'm Rishabh.
Rishabh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm writing a mail just to be on a safer side. I'm also writing a mail to him.
No, I have already communicated and we'll look into it. So once the due date is over, this will be taken care of because these marks will be counted only during the final exam, in the final score that you get in your grade. So do not worry about it.
So you're saying that I don't need to contact Prashant sir. We have already
No,
contacted
I have
PM.
already contacted and I want talked.
Okay.
Yeah, so do not worry. Your whatever the issue is has already been communicated, and these marks will only get added during your final exam. I mean, after your final exam is over. So we'll
Yeah,
look
but
into all these cases.
yes, ma'am, but the deadline for peer review is today. No, is that's why I'm
No,
saying this.
it's okay. We'll take care of this. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So I see 6 responses over here. Okay. So I see 3 people yes, 2 no, 1 not clear with PMF. All right. So from the responses, I can't make out if what is the right answer here. So let's look at the solution. See, the function was given to you as 5 by 6, 1 by 6 to the power x. So the first thing that you need to check that, so what are the two properties that we saw the PMF should satisfy? One is each of these pxi should be greater than equal to 0. And the second is if you add all these pxi, you should get a total of 1. So these two things you should check. Now, first look at the first property. So 5 p of x is 5 by 6, 1 by 6 to the power x. You put x equal 0, you will get 5 by 6. You put x equal 1, it is again 5 by 6 times 1 by 6. You put x equal 2, it is again 5 by 6, 1 by 6 to the power 2. So you see all these p of x's are greater than equal to 0, right? So the first property satisfies. Now you need to check the second property, right? So for the second property, what we are saying is this p of xi, where I varying from 0 to infinity, should add up to 1, right? So now let's write all of these separately. So 5 by 6, since it is not dependent on x, we can write 5 by 6 outside. And the sum over 1 by 6 to the power x is, you can write it as 1 by 6 to the power 0 plus 1 by 6 to the power 1 plus 1 by 6 to the power 2 and so on, right? Now what? So can you find any pattern in this sum? This 1 by 6 to the power 0 plus 1 by 6 to the power 1 plus 1 by 6 to the power 2 and so on. Do you see any pattern over here?
Geometric series.
It's a geometric series, right? And what is the first term? And the sum of geometric series is given by a upon 1 minus r. So in this case, and a is what? A is the first term and r is the common ratio. So in this case, the first term is 1 by 6 and the common ratio is 1 by 6, right? Sorry, first term is 1 by 6 to the power 0 is 1. So 1 upon 1 minus r, which is 1 minus 1 by 6. So you solve this and you get the sum to be 1. So that also satisfies the second property of the PMF. So we can say that yes, the PMF
Here
that
x goes to infinity.
yes, x goes to infinity.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So since it satisfies both the properties, we say that yes, it is a PMF. Is it clear to all of you?
No, ma'am. Can you repeat again the numerator part? Why are you consider 1 minus
Ma'am,
1 by 6?
in the PMF, we calculate the PMF, then we get the answer 1 for every.
Sorry, can you repeat?
For every questions of PMF, we get the answer 1.
No, I mean, you should. What are the properties of PMF? The first is that all these probabilities should be greater than equal to 0. And the
Yes.
second is when you add all these PXI and over the whole range, you should be able to get 1. So in this case, the range was 0 to infinity. So when I add it up, it should give me 1, right? And when I add it up, I got 1. So yes, it is a PMF.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other doubts?
Ma'am, can you explain the second property in
Second
this
prop.
book?
Okay. See, I'll go back to the PMF part again. See, what does it say? Properties of PMF. The first is it is clear to you. The second is when you sum P of xi, it should give you 1, right?
Yes,
This is
this
what
is
it
also
says.
clear.
This is also
But
clear. Now you look at this question. Here, here your x is taking the value. What are the xi's? Xi's are 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. It goes till infinity. So when I sum all the pxi, so what is, can you tell me what is px here? Pxi is here.
5 by 6.
5 by 6, 1 by 6 to the power x, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you put x equals 0, you get 5 by 6, 1 by 6 to the power 0, which is 5 by 6. Then you put you put px1, which is p of 1. P of 1 would be 5 by 6, 1 by 6. Then px2, which is 5 by 6, 1 by 6 square, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So on. So what we are saying is when you add all of these together, you should get 1. And when we are adding all of it together, we are getting 1. So when we are getting 1, it means yes, it is the PMF that is defined as 5 by 6, 1 by 6 to the power x. Yes, it is a valid PMF.
Yes, ma'am. But how to check it is a satisfy second property?
Yeah, that is why we have added it, right? This is, look at this. This is my what? This is my px. 5 by
Yes,
6,
ma'am.
1 by 6 to the power x. I am adding it over from 0 to infinity.
Yes, ma'am, I got it. But in the last line, you are writing 5 by 6 bracket 1 by 1 minus 1 by 6. Why are you minus
Yeah,
1 minus?
that is from the geometric series, because 5 by 6 when I took common, inside the bracket I have 1 by 6 to the power 0 plus 1 by 6 to the power 1 plus 1 by 6 to the power 2 and so on. It goes on till infinity. And this forms a geometric series. So this is the sum of geometric series. And the sum of geometric series is given by a upon 1 minus r, right? And a is what? A is the first term of the series. So the first term in this case is 1 by 6 to the power 0, which is nothing but 1. So that is why we have written 1 divided by 1 minus r. So in this case, r is 1 by 6. R is the common ratio. Like you take the two terms.
Yes,
And
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yeah, so if you're not aware of the geometric series, I can suggest you to just go and look back at like how like what a geometric series is and what is the formula for its sum.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. All right. So this is your next question. You have a random variable x which takes the values 0, 1, 2 till 7 and the probabilities are listed here. Can you find the value of k? I will give you 3 minutes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
if someone reviewed my peer review wrong, then what should I do?
Ma'am, are you there?
Is the meeting over?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Sorry,
Yes,
I
yes,
got
ma'am.
disconnected suddenly. I will reshare. It might take some time to reshare. Just give me some minute. Give me a minute. What answer did you get for the question?
1/10.
1/10. Okay. But I see only 4 of you. Only 4 answers here.
Ma'am, are you sharing the screen?
No, I'm not able to share right now, so I'm just letting you know. So yeah, what issue did you did you find it difficult?
Ma'am, I'm unable to view the question in the Peer Deck platform. It's
You are
showing,
not okay.
it's showing that the teacher has logged the responses and there's a blank screen.
Okay, I will restart it maybe for a minute because I got disconnected also, right? Um, let's do it again. I'll give you some time. By then, maybe I will be able to share the screen also.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I still see only 6 responses. Okay, so what do we have to do here? You have the random variable x given to you, and the probabilities for each of these, the probabilities that your random variable take these values are also mentioned here. So, for example, for 0, we are saying the probability is 0. For 1, we are saying the probability is 1. For 2, it's 2k, and so on. So, you have to find the value of k, right? So, again, you have to use the properties of PMF. Correct? So, you will use the properties of PMF. Okay, now I'm able to share my screen. So let me do it. All right. So you all are able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So so what is the value of k? So you need to add all of these px. So you have to add 0 plus k plus 2k plus 2k, 3k plus k square plus 2k square plus 7k square plus k. And if this is a PMF, all this should add up to 1, right? So this is what we are going to do. Let's see. So we added everything and we equated it to 1 because it's a PMF and it should satisfy the second property, right? So once we did the sum of all the values and equated to 1, we got a quadratic equation, which is 10k square plus 9k minus 1 equal to 0. And you solve it, you get k equal 1 by 10 or k equal minus 1. So from here, you can easily discard k equal minus 1. Why? Because it's a PMF. And you have seen that all the probability should be greater than equal to 0, right? So k can never be negative. So we can discard that and we'll take k equal 1 by 10, which is 0.1. Hope this is clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's clear.
Okay. Let's move to the next slide. So since you have found out the value of k, can you now find the value of probability x less than 6? I'll give you some time. All right. So what is the answer for this question? Let me see the responses. Oh, there are 4 responses and all are different. Do you need more time to answer this? Or should I tell you the solution? Do you need more time?
Oh, ma'am.
Okay. So what is the answer for this? You have to find the value of probability x less than 6. So what do you have to do? How will you find this? You have to do probability x less than 6. So that is nothing but probability x equals 0 plus probability x equal 1 plus probability x equal to 2 plus up to probability x equal 5. And since you know the value of k, you can easily find the probabilities, right? So you can do, so probability x equals 0 is 0. Probability x equal 1 is 1 by 10. Probability x equal to 2 is 2 by 10. Probability x equal 3 is 2 by 10. And so on. You can find it, right? Not difficult. And you add everything and that will give you probability x less than 6. Right? So this is what we're doing here. So probability x less than 6 is nothing but probability, it's sum of probability x equal i's, where I is varying from 0 to 5. You add everything and you will get 0.81. So I think one person have answered it right. Yes. Yes, tell me.
Ma'am,
Huh.
how to get 1 upon 10?
K you have found, right?
By previous question.
Yes, K you have found.
Okay.
There's an extension of the previous question. And how to find K, we have already told you. I have already told you. You add all these px and equate it to 1 and that will give you 1 by 10. K equal 1 by 10.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I solved this in this question. You
And show the
get value
answer
of k.
page.
And tell again.
Ma'am, I solved this question in another way. I
Hmm.
add all k's value equal to k square plus 8k and put value k equal to 1 by 10 and get 88, 81 by 100 is equal to 0.81.
Yes, that's exactly what I also said, no? Even I said the same thing, no? You add all of these. You add all of these and you equate K to be 1 by 10 and this is what you get, 0.81. Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move to the next one. Now here you have to find the probability that x lies between 0 to 5. Like
Ma'am,
if you
what
need
is the answer of previous question?
0.81,
Can you show?
0.81.
0.81, no, ma'am?
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I got it.
Hmm.
I got it.
Solve this question. Let me know if this time is not sufficient. I will extend the timing.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. What's the answer for this question? 0.8, 0.8. Okay. So all of you have gotten 0.8. All right. So this seems to be the right answer. Now, what you have to do here, you have to find the probability that x lies between 0 to 5, right? Here 0 and 5 are not included. So you have to do, so this probability x lying between 0 to 5 is nothing but probability x equal 1 plus probability x equal 2 plus probability x equal 3 plus probability x equal 4.
X is equal to 4.
You add all these probabilities and you get 8 by 10, which is 0.8. This is quite straightforward. I hope this is clear to all of you.
And this answer is the same as previous question answer.
No, previous one was 0.81.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move to the next question. All right. Here it says, Naman has to give 3 mock tests. Probability that he will not give any mock is 1 by 8. Probability that he will give 1 mock is 3 by 8. Probability that he will give 2 mock is 3 by 8. And probability that he will give 3 mock is 1 by 8. Okay. So now you're defining a discrete random variable x as the number of mock tests given by Naman. So what is the probability that he will give at least 2 mock tests? This is what we have to find out. All right. So we see 6 responses. Let me see the answers. 0.5. Okay, 4 people have given 0.5 and 2 has given 0.3 and 0.28. Okay. So first of all, we have defined the random variable to be number of mock tests given by Naman. So can you tell me like what all values your random variable x takes? Anyone?
Ma'am, I think 3 by 8, 3 by 8, and 1 by 8.
No, I'm asking what values your random variable x takes.
0, 1, 2, 3.
Right. And what are their probabilities?
0 to 1.
Probabilities are
What
1
is-
by 0,
Hmm.
1 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8, 1 by 8.
Correct. And now what do you have to find? You have to find the probability that he will give at least 2 mock tests. So at least 2 mock tests means
X is greater than and equal to 2.
correct. So x probability x equal to plus probability x equal 3, which is just 4 by 8, which is 1 by 2. That will give you 0.5, right? Hope this is clear to all of you. Okay. Let's move to the next question.
1 second, can you explain? I don't understand.
What did you not understand?
Ma'am, how to take at least 2 probability?
See, you have been asked what is the probability that he will take at least 2 mock tests. So at least 2 mock tests means your x should be greater than equal to 2, right? And you see that your x is taking the values 0, 1, 2, and 3. So x greater than equal to 2 means either x can be equal to 2 plus, x is equal to 2 plus probability x equal 3. So probability x equal to 2 is 3 by 8. Probability x equal 3 is 1 by 8. That gives you 4 by 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So next is CDF. So how is CDF? So if you have any random variable x, the CDF of x is defined as, so CDF is denoted as f of x, and it is defined as f of x equal to probability x is less than equal to small x. So remember that the small x is nothing but the values that your random variable capital X takes. Okay. So CDF of a random variable x is given as f of x equal probability x is less than equal to x, and x is less than equal to x. And again, it follows 2 properties. So the first is this f of x always lies between 0 to 1. And the second is it is an increasing function. I mean, if your x1 is less than equal to 2, then your f of x1 should be less than equal to f of x2. Okay. So these are the 2 properties that your CDF satisfies. Now we'll solve.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, can you explain the second property once?
Second point says if x1 is less than equal to x. So let's say your random variable x takes the value 0, 1. Okay. Then what we are saying is f of x1, I mean f of 0 will always be less than equal to f of 1. So it is an increasing function, right? So have you heard of increasing function before?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so this is what the increasing function looks like, right? I mean, as your x increases, your f should also increase.
Ma'am, so it is like in a die, we have the probability of getting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the probability of getting the number 6 is greater than the probability of getting the number 5.
No. This f is capital Fx is not probability. I mean, in a sense it is probability, but it is called cumulative distribution function, and it is defined as probability x less than equal to 6. So let's say you are saying x equals 6, so f of 6 would be probability that x is less than equal to 6. So when you say probability x is less than equal to 6, it means what? It is probability that it is sum over probability x equal to I varying from 1 to 6, right? So you're adding all the probabilities over here from 1 to 6,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Got it.
Yeah. So you see that how it should be greater than, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So these are the two properties that your CDF should satisfy. Now we'll look at some questions on this. So the first question is, let x be a discrete random variable with the following distribution. So this is the PMF given to you for x. X takes the value 1, 2, 3, 4, and its probabilities are given as 1 by 4, 4 by 4k, k, and 1 by 8 respectively. Now you have to find what is the value of F3. Okay, I will give you some time to solve this. Okay. So we have two answers here. All right. So when you have to find f of 3, what does it means? It means that you need to find probability that x is less than equal to 3, right? And that would be probability x equal to 1 plus probability x equal to 2 plus probability x equal 3, right? So that is 5k plus 1 by 4. But now you don't know what k is, right? So again, you have to use the definition, use the property of PMF. So that says all these probabilities should add up to 1, right? So from there you can find the value of k. So can someone tell me what value of k did they get?
1 by 8, ma'am.
1 by 8, let's see. Yes, 1 by 8. 1 by 8 is the right answer. So k we get as 1 by 8. And now we have to find probability x less than equal to 3. So that is probability x equal 1 plus probability x equal 2 plus probability x equal to 3, which is 5k plus 1 by 4. And this gives you 0.875. So not many of you had answered that. Only one student I saw has answered it correct. So this is how you should find the answer. Is this clear to all of you? Any doubt in this question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So in this question, you have probability x equal to x given as x by 16, where x takes the values 4, 5, minus 1, 8. So these 4 values are x takes, and their probabilities are given to you, that is x by 16. You have to identify whether it is a PMF or not. It's not so difficult. LNB will give you 1 minute to solve this. It's like 50-50. Okay. So how do you check for the PMF? We have discussed such kind of problem before, right? We have discussed this problem in the maybe question number 1 or 2.
Ma'am, all the probabilities should be greater than or equal to 0 and sum of all the probabilities should be equal to 1.
Correct, right? So from there only you can discard, right? I mean, if you use only the first
Ma'am,
property.
option 3 is the correct.
No, option 3 is not correct, because in the given information you should be able to check whether it is a PMF or not, right? Now you have two properties of PMF. The first is all the probabilities should add up to 1. All the probabilities should be greater than 0, and the sum of the probabilities should add up to 1. So if you go to the first property, I mean, you can easily see, like if you take x to be minus 1, probability x equal minus 1 is going to be minus 1 by 16, which is negative, and that is not possible because your probability is always has to be greater than 0, greater than equal to 0, right? which is not the case when x equal -1. So this is not a valid PMF, right? Is this clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So every time I see only 6 responses, but 13 people have joined the peer deck. So it would be nice.
And show the answer slide.
Yeah, I will show. Yeah, the same thing, because the probability is less than 0 at x equal -1, it is not a valid PMF.
Yes, ma'am. I'm also thinking -1. How can we find it?
I mean, if x equal -1, probability x equal -1 is -1
Then,
by 16,
then
which
I
is
confused
which is
between
a
option
negative
2 and
number.
3.
Which is a negative number. So it is not going to be PMF. So we can just say it is not a PMF. I mean, the PMF that is defined over here, it is not a valid PMF.
Okay.
Okay, let's move to the next one. All right. So it says from a vessel containing, so you have a vessel, and in the vessel you have 4 black and 5 white balls. Now what you are doing is you are transferring the balls into an empty vessel. Okay. And you are transferring actually 4 balls. 4 balls you are transferring to an empty vessel. And now your random variable y, you are defining a random variable y which represent number of black balls which are transferred. Okay. So what value of the random variable will have maximum probability? So first of all, I would ask you, like, if we are defining y to be a random variable that represent the number of black balls which are transferred, what all values can it take? What all values?
From 0.
Hmm?
From 0 to 13.
0 to?
0 to 4.
13.
0 to 4. Yeah, that's right. Because you have only 4 black balls. So y can only take the values from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, can you find for what value of the random variable will have the maximum probability? It means you have to find what is the probability at y equals 0, what is the probability that y equal 1, and so on till what is the probability that y equal 5. And then tell me for what value of y you are going to get the maximum probability. It might take some time to solve. I'll give you maybe for now 3 minutes, then we can extend this. I see 5 people have answered. And again, it varies a lot. Do you need more time to solve this, or should I proceed with the solution? No one? Okay. What? I will proceed with the solution. So let's say you have you want to find probability y equal to 0, right? So probability y equal to 0 means what? You have not transferred any of the black balls from the vessel, right? So if you have not transferred the black balls, you see that you have 5 white balls left, right? So you will transfer these white balls, 4 white balls from the vessel and put it in the empty vessel, right? And that probability is given by the total number of possibilities to do it is 5c4, and the total number of possibility to pick up 4 balls out of 9 balls is 9 choose 4. So this probability is 0.039, right? Then next is probability y equal to 1. So probability y equal to 1 means what? You have transferred 1 black ball, right? And so transfer 1 black ball. So remaining, you need to transfer 3 more balls. So if only 1 black ball is transferred, it means the remaining 3 balls that are transferred are white in color. So transferring 1 black ball can be done in 4 choose 1 ways, and transferring 3 white balls can be done in 5 choose 3 ways, and total number of ways again is 5 choose 4, so divided by 9 choose 4, right? So that gives you 4 choose 1 times 5 choose 3 divided by 9 choose 4, and that is 0.317. Now similarly, for y equal to 2 you find, for y equal to 3 you find, for y equal to 4 you find, and these are the probabilities that we get. So we see that the maximum probability that we get is for probability y equal to 2, right? So the answer should be 2. Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So y equal to 2 is the right answer.
Ma'am, why we take y is equal to 2?
Because the question was, for what value of the random variable you are going to get the maximum probability. So we saw that y is taking the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So y taking the value from 0 to 4. Now we find their probabilities. So when we found their probabilities, we saw that for y equal to 2, we are getting the maximum probability. So y equal to 2 should be the right answer.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay. So that was all the questions that we had for today. I'll stop presenting this. All right. So yeah, that was all in the week 9. So week 9, you have the random variables. You talk about the discrete random variable, the continuous random variable. Then you look at what is the PMF, probability mass function. Then you look at what is the CDF, cumulative distribution function. These are the only topics that you had in week 9. Not much is there. Quite easy. Shall we close the session now, or do you have any doubt from the slides?
No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Quiz 2 syllabus is week 1 to 8, where majority of the topics will come from, majority of the question will be from week 5 to 8. Week 1 to 4 is also there, but less portion. And please remember,
Okay, ma'am.
EMQ is also going to come. So practice that also.
Ma'am, what's
EMQ
the
question,
best way of
ma'am,
preparing for end term?
ma'am,
In
EMQ
term, first
question is
prepare for
also
quiz
there.
2. First prepare for quiz 2, no? In term has time.
Ma'am, EMQ question is also in quiz 2.
Yes, EMQ is also in quiz 2. Please look at your bi-weekly mock. So there you must have solved some EMQ problems. So
Ma'am, where is the bi-weekly mock?
it's on the portal. You go to the mock section, you will find the bi-weekly mock.
There is a only weekly mock, not bi-weekly mock.
Sorry, weekly mock only.
Yes, ma'am. In the weekly mock, given is weekly mock for week 5 and week 6 only.
Yes, yes.
Then I done this.
Yes, if you have done this, that's good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay then.
Ma'am,
Ma'am.
please upload that EMQ solutions now.
Yeah, I have informed. That should get uploaded.
Ma'am, can you take one doubt of week 6, ma'am? Is it possible now?
Week 6,
PA EMQ.
EMQ?
Ma'am, just 1 second. Ma'am, week 6 P practice assignment EMQ second one, question number 4.
Week 6 practice assignment EMQ 1 or
Ma'am, 2 EMQ 2.
EMQ 2, okay. Which question number?
Ma'am, question number 4.
What are the possible number of distinct sequence Pragya can make?
Ma'am, I got the answer, but can you just confirm it? Like,
What answer did you get?
ma'am, I know the solution, but not remember the answer now.
Okay, let me read. So the question says Pragya wants to make
Which question?
Practice assignment EMQ 2.
Actually, ma'am, skin not so.
Sorry?
Skin not visible, ma'am.
No, I'm not sharing the screen. Okay. So it says Pragya wants to make distinct sequences using the 2 J letters and 5 K letters. On the basis of the given information, answer questions 3 and 4. Okay, so you have 2 J's and 5 K's. Okay, and you have to make distinct sequences. So question number 4 asks, what are the possible number of distinct sequences Pragya can make? So how did you find this? So you have to enter options from the given list of options. So, okay, list of options, I see 1 to 17. So how will you go about it? So you have to write it in order, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
what should you write first? Here order will matter.
No, ma'am, yeah, ma'am, that one order will matter and event will occur simultaneously.
Okay.
And with replacement, ma'am.
Okay.
And as order matters, so permutation is used. But ma'am, like I have doubt in question number 4.
But this also you have to select from these options, right?
Ma'am, but it will be some value now, like from 9 to 17.
Yes. Okay, let's do this. So, all right. So you have 2Js, right? 2Js and 5Ks. Sensor. Okay. I think it should be option 9, right? The answer is not given to you. It should be.
Ma'am, the correct answer.
What is the correct answer?
I don't know, ma'am, because they're not the right answers given.
Yeah, I think it should be option 9. 7 times 6 because I'm getting 42. See, you have to make, I think it's 42. Let the answer should also get uploaded. So, see, you have to, like, you have 2 J's and 5 K's, right? So, total of 7 letters, right? I mean, 7, basically, it's 2 letter, but 2 distinct letter were total 7. Now, out of those 7, you have to make distinct sequences, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, we will not do that method like 7 factorial by given 5 or 5k are repeating, like k is repeating 5 times, so 5 factorial and then 2 factorial.
2 factorial. 7 factorial by 2 factorial times 5 factorial. Let me just work on it once. Oh, and what do you get as the final answer?
Ma'am, it will be, ma'am, 21.
21 in third option. Okay. Third option, right?
21.
7 times 7 into 6, 42 divided by 2, 21. 7 is 3. Yes, I mean 2. I did not divide, right? Yeah, it should also get divided by 2. So I think 21 should be right because
Ma'am, it should be 21.
yeah.
7
times 3.
And ma'am, ma'am, it will be with replacement now,
It
because
will
as
be with replacement, yeah.
okay, ma'am. And ma'am, like when it is given, it is mentioned like when the SR or like for example, if it was mentioned that J are taken together, then it's a different case now. Like we have to consider that two J's to be as one.
Yes, yeah.
As it is not mentioned nothing, so we have to just use that formula.
Yes. That's true.
Okay, ma'am.
So I have
Can I go
informed
to
on the
the math
solution part
session?
also. Sorry.
Sorry, ma'am.
No, I have informed to upload the solution for the MQs also. So that should get uploaded. You can cross verify there also.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nikita ma'am, will you be able to help me with the AQ 9.2 question number 3?
AQ 9.2 question number 3.
Yeah, I'm not able to form an approach here.
Okay. It says there are 10 blue balls and 5 red balls in a bag. A ball is randomly drawn and its color is noted and put back in the bag. Again, a second ball is drawn and its color is noted. Let a random variable x is defined as 1 if both balls are of same color, 0 if balls are of different colors. How many draws will result in x equal 1? Okay. So x equal 1 or x equal 1 means you will get both the balls will be of same color.
Right. Yeah.
That will happen in how many draws? This is what we have to find. Find number
Right.
of draws, right? Okay. So okay, so this can happen in how many ways? So one possibility is that both are blue. So you get blue, or you get blue, red. No, either blue or red, right?
Right. Yeah.
The probability of red, blue is what? So blue would be 10. And basically you have to choose 10 choose 2 divided by 15 choose 2, right? And for RR you will have 5 choose 2, 15 choose 2. So what will you give this? 10 times 9 15. Okay.
Actually, what I thought here was that even if the probability is very low, the number, I mean, this can be achieved in just 2 draws, right? I mean, maybe the probability is very low, but it can be achieved because, I mean, they're not asking for any particular kind of probability.
How many draws will result in both balls to be same color? So both balls to be same color. Okay, maybe I'll have to think about it a little. Has anyone done this question? Say minimum draws that is possible is 2.
Right.
In 2 draws, you should be able to know that x equal 1. Okay, let me look into it carefully. Maybe you can add you on discourse?
Sorry?
Add you on discourse?
Yeah, I'm in this course.
Okay, so if not, can you just post this question and tag me? Maybe I'll answer it over there. Right now, I'm not able to figure out. If there is a
Sure. In the groups?
yeah, discourse, yeah. Not discussion forum, discourse.
Sorry, can you just help me out? I don't know how to do that.
Are you not on discourse? So discourse is where you can post your questions and everything.
Ma'am, we are like, I'm a qualified student, so will I would be on discourse or discussion forum, ma'am?
Oh, qualified student, or maybe then it is discussion forum. Maybe then I don't know. Okay.
So how to post questions on discussion forum?
Discussion forum you can easily post, no? I mean, have you never posted questions there?
No, ma'am, or is this invitation like for the discussion forum is given?
Right.
I haven't received that invitation.
Okay. I'm not sure. I think you should be on discourse. But maybe I'm not aware of it. I guess maybe discussion forum it is. If you're a qualified student, maybe it is a discussion forum for you.
I have already qualified, but I'm not aware of this course.
Okay, then maybe it is discussion forum. Maybe I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, I'm aware of the discussion forum. I mean, I just post my question and tag you there, right?
Yeah, just tag me there.
Sure, I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, all right then.
Ma'am, the last question I have, ma'am, please.
Hmm.
Ma'am, there was a question like a committee consists of the 5 Indians, 3 Americans, and 3 people from the United Kingdom. If one member of the committee is to be selected as the head, what is the probability that the selected head will be an Indian? So, number of ways, the solution was the number of ways of selecting head as an Indian is 4. But I think it should be 5 now.
Can you tell me the numbers again? How many Indians are there?
Yeah, ma'am. 5 Indians, 3 Americans, and 3 people from the UK.
Okay. You have to choose one, right? So 5 choose 1 divided by 11 choose 1. You have to select only one, right?
Yeah, ma'am. If we like 5, 3, 1, then
Find
also it will be 5.
the question is find the number of ways to select an Indian for the
Yeah, probability of
representative.
selecting Indian as an head.
Probability of electing Indian as an head.
Yeah, ma'am.
So what is the answer?
Ma'am, it
5
is
by
given
11, right?
No, ma'am. It is given 5/10.
5 by 10.
Yeah, ma'am.
It is adding up to 11, no?
Yeah, ma'am. I have the same query. It should be 5/11.
It should be 5 by 11. Where is this question?
It was. I don't remember. I've taken screenshot actually.
Okay, it should be 5 by 11 because total number of people are 11 here. Maybe
Yeah,
there's a
ma'am.
mistake.
Ma'am, and it is given solution that number of ways of selecting head as Indian is 4.
Maybe there's a mistake.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, then we'll close the session now. Yeah, okay, bye.